Hello everyone, I am Anita, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce. Today we are going to see about the DT based activity video. Let's see.
Let me start the solution. Stage 1. Empathize. Understanding the problem. The first step in design thinking is empathize. That means deeply understanding the problem from the point of view of everyone involved. Steel firm was facing a major challenge. In the last 2 years, its production cost increased by almost 15%, while profit margins dropped. Management tried cutting expenses, but nothing seemed to work. To gather a better picture, the cost auditor decided to talk directly to the employees and other stakeholders. Here's what we discovered. Workers reported frequent overtime due to unplanned schedules. The production department complained about material wastage and machine breakdowns. The stores department said inventory levels were high, but items still went missing, and customers had started to notice delayed deliveries and price increases. By empathizing with the all sides management, employees and customers, the auditor realized that the issue wasn't only financial, it was a combination of operational inefficiency, poor planning and lack of cost control system. This step gave the auditor real insight into where the problems were actually coming from.
Define, stating the core problem. Once the auditor understood everyone's perspective, the next step was to define clearly. The defined problem statement was, Steel Firm Private Limited needs to identify and control unnecessary production costs while improving efficiency and maintaining quality standards. To achieve this objective of the cost audit were outlined. Examine the cost material, labor and overheads in detail. Identify areas of waste or inefficiency. Ensures compliance with cost accounting records and cost audit regulations. Suggest corrective actions for a better cost control. By clearly defining the problem, the audit process gained a direction and purpose. It was no longer just about checking numbers, but about finding solutions.
Ideate. Generating possible solutions. The stage 3 ideate is where creativity comes in. The auditor along with the cost accounting team started brainstorming where exactly are costs going up. What can we do differently? Several ideas were discussed. Material cost control. Track material usage per product. Compare actual usage with standard consumption. Identify scrap and wastage readings. Labor efficiency. Study how workers spend their time. Find out why overtime is happening. Suggest better shift planning and training. Overhead allocation. Review how indirect costs like power, maintenance and rent are distributed. Locate overheads based on actual usage instead of assumptions. Inventory management. Introduce better reorder levels. Use digital tracking for material issues and receipts. Reduce excess stock that lacks up capital. Vendor negotiation. Reassess supplier contracts. Look for long-term deals to reduce raw material costs. The brainstorming section also included creative ideas like implementing lean manufacturing techniques, automating certain processes, and using cost dashboards for real-time monitoring. At this stage, no ideas was rejected. Every idea was discussed and then shortlisted based on feasibility and cost impact.
Stage 4. Prototype. Implementing the plan. After identifying the possible solution, the auditor moved to the prototype stage. This means putting selected idea into action. The auditor recommended and supervised the following action. Material tracking system. A simple daily logbook and digital record were introduced to track how much raw material was issued, used and wasted. This helps identify the department with higher wastage. Time motion study. The auditor analyzed how workers used their time and suggested recognized shift. Overtime was allowed only when strictly needed and training programs were introduced to improve speed and accuracy. Departmental budgeting. Overhead were received. Each department received a fixed monthly budget and any excess required management approval. Various analysis report. Monthly report were generated comparing actual cost with standard or expected cost. Large variousness were discussed in management meeting to take quick corrective action. These steps were realistic, measurable and did not require huge investment, just better discipline and coordination.
Start.
Stage 5. Test measuring results. 3 months after implementing the recommendations, the auditor conducted a review to see the impact. The results were impressive. Material wastage dropped by 12%. Overtime hours reduced by 20%. Overhead costs were properly aligned with production levels. Overall profit margins improved by 8%. In addition to financial improvement, the company saw better teamwork and great employee accountability. Departments started maintaining proper cost records and decision making became more data driven. The cost audit report concluded that the steel firm was now not only compliant with cost audit regulations but also operating more efficiently and profitably. Conclusion. To conclude, this case study clearly shows that design thinking can transform a traditional cost audit into a strategic business improvement